Louie Gohmert is bringing Sean Hannity to Obama's State of the Union address. Wow. Stay classy, man. Last year, we had Representative Steve Stockman bring Ted Nugent. Now, thankfully, he was able to refrain himself from eating his own feces and throwing it while he was there, although we do know that's a nightly thing for Mr. Ted Nugent. Well, I have nothing to say about this except you're just not a serious group of people. Louie Gohmert, Sean Hannity, the rest of you, you're silly. They're silly. They're silly people. I can prove how silly they are. Remember that video of Hannity where he's talking about the NSA spying under Bush and then Obama, and he totally contradicts himself? This is the level of seriousness you should have in your mind when you think of somebody like Sean Hannity.
We know that you're against the NSA data mining. We know that you're against the NSA surveillance program. So the question is, where does the Democratic Party, what will you do if you're elected to power to make our country safer in the war on terror? Specifically, what will your party support? Your party brags about killing the Patriot Act. You don't want the NSA surveillance. You don't want data mining. We have Pat Leahy saying that he doesn't want a NSA surveillance program.
Nancy Pelosi, the woman who'd love to be speaker, she's against the NSA surveillance program.
Yeah, sure.
You mentioned that, and you mentioned the very specific things, the Patriot Act, the NSA surveillance program.
The party that's weak on national defense, that doesn't want the Patriot Act, the NSA program, the data mining program.
Is it right to say that, for example, on issues involving national security, be it the NSA surveillance program, the data mining program, the Patriot Act, Guantanamo Bay, that Democrats are weak on issues involving national security?
When our techniques are working. We've got the NSA program here. We've got the Patriot Act program here. You know, in light of this, how close this was, it's staggering to me that we're even debating the use of these techniques in this country, even at this time. Big Brother is monitoring your every move, whether it be online or on the telephone. Let's talk about why this story, why is this important to you? Number one, this is America, and as law-abiding American citizens, you have a right to privacy. Number two, these actions by the Obama administration are a clear, very clear violation of the Fourth Amendment, which prohibits unreasonable search and seizure. Number three, the Constitution. It is our rule of law. If we do not respect and honor the Constitution, then anarchy and tyranny, well, they'll follow.
That guy should have immediately been laughed at, mocked, fired, and ostracized from political commentary because he's a fraud. He's a fraud. That's the biggest example of flip-flopping I've ever seen, but it's not even really flip-flopping. It's just flat-out contradicting. When it's a Republican president, you defend the policy. When it's a Democratic president, it's the same policy, you attack the policy. That doesn't make any sense. Look, I always talk about this. I have no problem having actual disagreements with people, right? I love, libertarians and we have a love-hate relationship. I enjoy discussing things and debating things with them. We agree on social issues, we disagree on economic issues. But I know when we're talking about somebody like Ron Paul, for example, when we're talking about somebody like Peter Schiff, for example, I know that guy, he's not acting. He's not a fraud. He doesn't believe things and act in certain ways simply because his donors are telling him to act in a certain way. It's a genuine disagreement. It's a battle of ideology and philosophies. A guy like Sean Hannity, it's not even worth discussing anything with him. Because you don't know the guy, he's just so full of shit, it's coming out of his ears. Look at that. That video alone should have destroyed his already pathetic career. But no, instead Louie Gohmert decided to take this guy to the State of the Union address.